Dias, Gunners Collective TV. Back at it, you already know. Like a motherfucking smack addict. Bye, bye. In a menudo style and direct fashion, we're going to get straight into the content of the day. But before we do, let's hit that like and subscribe button. Ding! Put your notification bell on all, so that way you're directing the direction of the dope content that the gun is kicking. And I highly appreciate all the support, man. I couldn't do it without you. We're going up on this channel. It's all because of you. And for that, I'm very humbled and very appreciative. So gracias. So every once in a while, man, on my feed, different content creators pop up. And this one content creator tends to pop up on the short game, Crazy Hood Media. Now, when he first started popping and he came up, I used to watch a lot of his shit. You know, a lot of it was Crazy Hood stuff. And I seen over time, he started to become biased and lean towards the Southern way, right? Now, I don't know if this guy's active, not active. It's none of my business. I could care less, to tell you the truth, man. But to be honest with you, when I see someone be biased time and time again and try to make Nortenos look bad or try to make Southsiders look bad, I think it's frivolous. I think it's pushing an agenda, man, that doesn't need to be pushed. It's all about unity, man, for the raza and to stop the bullshit already. But, you know, to each their own. If that's the fucking lane the dude's in, that's the lane he's in. And it seems like any time any Norteños do anything, this guy twists it. You know, he did it constantly, time and time again with Lazy Boy, the whole Lazy Boy thing, and several other Norteños. If a Norteño says anything, man, he's on them. He attacks them. That's just his thing, man. He's just biased, you know. And it's cool, man. If you're a Southerner or you're a Northerner and those are your gente, those are your people, then you handle your business, but you don't handle your business the internet way. That's just bumping baking soda breath on the door. That's real. I have nothing really bad to say about that guy. Besides, I'm sure a lot of other people see his bias, and it just is what it is. Do you, man. Continue to do you. I'm not here in defense of the Norteño cause. I'm not here in defense of the Southern raza. I'm here in defense of the brown people, period. And I believe, man, enough is enough. You know, talking shit about people and having fun, man. Having fun and talking shit are two different things. You know, but stirring the pot and making things out to be more than they are is crazy. So anyways, I seen a video that he dropped the other day and I thought I should speak on it. I felt compelled to speak on it. And it was about something that went down in Yakima, Washington, or the Washington area. Living in Washington, man, I see a lot of Norteños. I see a lot of Southsiders. Who's deeper? Who cares? Really, to be honest with you, man, I don't think none of that matters. I think anywhere you go, the Southerners are always going to have the numbers. That's just the way it is. Unless it's Northern California or a northern city, then of course they're not. And that's just plain and simple. You go to Southern California, you already know what you're going to see. Not a Norteño in sight. You're going to hear crickets and cucarachas crawling around, right? But in Washington, it's a little bit different. You got a little bit of everything, right? You actually have a big native population in Washington, man, that actually rock with a lot of Mexicanos. They rock with a lot of the raza. You're going to see a lot of Norteños and Southsiders that are native. And I got partners that are native, that are active Southsiders and active Northerners that fuck with me tough. On the unders, of course. They don't let it be known and tell everyone, hey, I fuck with Gunner. But they pulled up to my pad. I pulled up to theirs. We barbecued. It's all good, man. Whether you like it or you don't like it, believe it or not, it just is what it is, man. Not everybody in this big old world is into gangbanging. Not everyone in this big world cares about politics and all that bullshit and who's good and who's not. It just is what it is. You vibe with the person, you fuck with their attitude, and you know what they're about. Then there it is there. So when I seen the video that this dude did, it was a video where it showed Norteños, and I'm not going to show the video, man, because I'm not trying to show violence, but it was a video of Norteños jumping a Southsider. Okay, I've seen plenty of videos on the internet back and forth. I've seen, and I think the guy just dropped another one, an old ass video of a black Norteño getting bombed on by some Southsiders in a home, and he got caught slipping, man. He went in there, he represented where he was from. He did not lie about where he was from, and he got placated for that. He got socked in the mouth. It just is what it is, man. The North and South issues in the 90s, the 80s, even into the 2000s was like that, man. Was on site. You catch a motherfucker slipping, do your thing if you knew what time it was. There was plenty of times, man, that I run into Southerners that didn't even really know what Norteños were when I was down south visiting familia, and it was all love, man. And then when they found out what time it was, they still didn't trip, because it was like, bro, I ain't tripping off a Volta that I fuck with already. We sat there and ate carne asada tacos and drank fucking Budweiser, and now I'm in a fucking jump on him just because he lives in a different area as me. Nah, they had too many enemigos to worry about what I had going on. And I've always felt the same way, man. It was business, never personal. I never hated a Southerner, period. It was always just business, man. That was part of the politics. That's who I ran with. I was in defense of my people like they were in defense of theirs. And I understood it. I understood also that we could converse, have conversations, see eye to eye on certain things. But if the door's cracked, that we had to let it be what it was. That's real gangster mentality, real gangster shit. No bumping baking soda breath on the door. No woofing. Just, you already know what time it is, bro. You're the opposing team. So I'm trying to strike you out. That's it. So when I seen this video the other day of these Nortenos jumping this Southsider, I was all happy and like, oh, look, the homies are getting off on a Southerner. No, first of all, I'm not a homie no more. I chose to leave that lifestyle a long time ago. And anytime I see any type of raza into it with each other, man, it leaves a sour taste in my mouth. I don't enjoy it. At one point in time in my life, I enjoyed, gang banging. I enjoyed getting involved in things like that. But I think as we grow, as we get older, as we come into our own, as we have children and become men, we realize that shit's for the birds, not the huelga birds either, just the birds. And when I see people on YouTube pushing that narrative, like, yeah, look at the homies, or the homies from the South Side, the Double S, are smashing Nortenos. That's right, keep smashing. I'm just like, bro, these videos you see are the redundant videos, the videos you see over and over again. Ain't no one posting no new shit. Ain't nothing really happening like that. I've been through the city of San Jose. I've been through the city of LA. I've been through the city of Merced, all these different cities. And whatever gangbanging is happening, it happens late at night and very random. Okay, you don't see gang members walking around the streets like that. Everyone's doing their thing, taking care of their families, trying to hustle, be a rapper, whatever the fuck they got going on. That's what they're into nowadays. So you don't see the gang banging like you used to, where vatos were cruising around in cars looking for ops. It just doesn't happen like that anymore, okay? You can say whatever you want to say, but the truth of the matter is, that's not the way it is anymore. It's not watered down. Times have changed. Motherfuckers got too much money to make to be out there fucking gang banging wearing Dickies from Kmart. Kmart ain't even around no more. That's just so straight up. That's how it is. Anyways, I see this video and the guy says Nortenos jumping a Southsider and basically trying to make it look like it's a cowardice move. Look at these vatos. They have to jump a vato. Then goes as far as to say he was homeless. First of all, how did you know he was homeless? Was the vato out there picking up cans, or was the vato out there telling everyone with a big old sign, hey, I ain't got no place to live? I think this was a way to make the Nortenos look even worse. Like, hey, they're over here taking advantage of homeless people. Now, let's reverse them roles. If it was a homeless Norteño and it was 4 Southsiders jumping on him, would that vato made a video like, look, four Southsiders jump a homeless Norteño? No, it would be 4 homies from the Double S beat up a fucking Northerner. We all know, man, when you're biased and you're pushing propaganda and you're pushing gangbanging, man, you got to show a video of you doing something. You have to show a video of you handling business, right? Now, regardless if this guy was homeless or not, if you're gangbanging, if you're in the mix like that, it doesn't matter where the fuck you live. You can get it wherever you're at, right? That's part of gangbanging. I know that when we used to pull up on people back in the days, we didn't ask them, hey, Holmes, do you got a home to live in? Or do you live up here or there? Hey, it was all based upon appearance. And a lot of the times, man, hey, I'm not going to lie. Maybe we did jump on some people or shoot at some people or do some things bad to people that we shouldn't have. Maybe they were innocent. Maybe they weren't in that life. But obviously, by the looks of that video, that guy was wearing blue from head to toe, Ben Davis's. I mean, he looked the part, right? Whether he's not a gang member or not, or he's just a homeless man out there struggling, these vatos got off on him for whatever reason. I don't think that video should have even been put up there. It shouldn't have even been showed. If this man was unhoused and homeless, why was that video ever even put out there to be looked at? Anytime that you show videos of raza being a raza, especially on social media, it just makes our own people look bad. It makes our own people look like, hey, we can't get over the humps. We got to continuously use violence to express ourselves. When there's a lot of smart, well-educated individuals that can use words, game, whatever, to express themselves, we don't have to be jumping on each other. That is just another way to keep the narrative and the division going amongst our people. Now, I like Crazy Hood Media's channel, and this ain't about him or slandering him. Again, like I'm saying, if you want to be biased and represent your people, there's other ways to do it. Show the good things that they do. Show that when vatos are out there giving away money, or vatos are out there giving away backpacks and school clothing. You know, when GB from Merced was out there at the park giving away school supplies to kids and all that, I didn't see a video about that. You know, if anything, I seen videos about the drama about it getting shut down by the cops, but I didn't see a video saying, hey, there's a Norteño out here doing the righteous thing. You know, I don't even see videos on this channel like there's Southerners doing the righteous thing. You know, it's just a total smear campaign against Swifty Blue or whatever. Rat this, rat that, this punk, this, that. Shit like that. I know it stimulates the mind and makes people happy when they see drama. But at the end of the day, it's selling your soul out. Is it really worth it? Your own gente. It just shows people what I say and what other content creators that are like-minded say, that we are detrimental to our own kind, to our own people. Blacks hurt the most blacks. Mexicans hurt the most Mexicans. White hurt the most whites. And that's a fucking fact. And I could prove it with this right here. Every time you see another murder happening in prison, it's never black and white. It's never brown and black. It's never none of that. It's us hitting our own people. It's south on south, north on north, sometimes north and south, bulldogs, whatever the case may be. It's brown man versus brown men. And if we keep on pushing that narrative and putting it out there, it's going to continue because these youngsters think that that's the right thing to do. Instead of giving them game on how to educate themselves, come up, be a better man, stop hurting their gente and helping them, we got videos out there of vatos jumping each other. It's unfortunate. Wait up, my eye itches talking about this bullshit, right? I must be getting some money or something. Either that or I see my dog take a shit and I'm going to get the pink eye. Anyways, right? So I seen that and the main concept to that video was Norteños basically are suckers because they had to jump a homeless guy. Hey, I've seen homeless guys that beat your ass. Straight up. I got a homeboy that doesn't have a place to live, man. I go out all the time. When I see him, when I catch up to him and I give him a few things, some clothing, some food, whatever. I don't put every single thing on YouTube I do, man. It's not for all eyes to see. You never kick a man when he's down. I know I did a video the other day, man, and I showed the guy at Carl's Jr. I was hooking him up some food. I forgot to give him his drink. It was right there. I forgot. It's a guy that I see all the time. A guy I see all the time, and he has a cold hustle, right? He stands right there by the by where you order, you know, and shit. Some people look out, some people don't. I tend to look out for people when I see them down on their luck. I decided to record that video. I turned it into a short, but it was actually a long, extensive interview into how he became unhoused and how he became homeless and all that shit, you know. Some of the things he told me I just didn't want to put out there, so I just showed me doing a good deed because I felt people needed to see the other side of me. Not to prove something to anyone, but that to understand that if I could do it, you could do it. Okay? That we need to stop overstepping people and focusing on prison and gang banging and all that and help the world, man. Help humans, no matter where they're from. So if these dudes did jump a homeless guy just because they see him as an easy victim, that is a cowardice move. But then to double back and show one Norteño in a house, 3-4 Southsiders, and this dude getting bombed on and getting jumped on, how does that make that any better? You know, all the homies from the Double S beat this Norteño's ass. It's all good. And then over here, awesome. This fucking Norteño's had to jump a homeless Southsider. First of all, what's the fuck you doing homeless anyways, bro? If he's from a group or a gang, man, we never allowed our homeboys to be out there like that. We had homeboys that would be all dirt bagged out, doped out on a good one, man. And we still gave them a spot to sleep. The homegirls still opened their doors to them. Even we had to hide everything because we knew they'd steal everything in sight. They still were from the border. They still were representing what we were representing. They still were brown. They still were homeboys. We were not forced to look out, but the mindset was, man, we got to help a homeboy no matter what. So there's no reason this vato should even be out there like that. Vato should have pulled up on him like, hey, bro, you need help, homie? You know, it's supposed to spread, homie. Real talk. I just trip out when I see a lot of this social media and this stuff utilized to gangbang. See, back in our days, we didn't have social media. And I'm not going to lie, I seen it swaying that way. I think one of the first times that I seen the shit going that way was a thing called Live Leaks. It was a group chat, or it was like a chat fucking line. And we used to utilize it to knock chicks. I ain't going to lie, where you guys at? Fresno, boom, we're coming through. Kings Canyon, South Canyon, show! Right? And we'd pick up chicks, and it was back and forth. And then it started to become a gangbanging thing. I started to hear about those fucking disrespecting back and forth. And I no longer participated in it because it just became too much. Motherfuckers would get their temper, you know, they get all mad and couldn't do none. Vatos wouldn't tell you where they were at. They'd say, but then you'd pull up, it'd be somewhere totally different. So that was when I started to notice the social media type style taking hold of the gangbanging and people starting to woof. People that not necessarily wouldn't do that in real life. People that wouldn't never talk shit in someone's face in real life. They now have an outlet to do it. And then I remember it moved to Moco Space. And Vato started to gangbang there. And then it went to MySpace. They gangbanged. Then Facebook. And then Instagram. And then everything blew up, right? And you have guys that continue even now, man, to woof. You know, I know when I started my YouTube channel, man, my whole main goal was to cease that. When I started lives, there were Vatos doing the North and South bullshit. And Vatos woofing on each other's barrios and all that. And I made it an area where let's all just fucking pick each other's minds, educate each other, and let's get along. And there's some people that adapted to that, and there are some that still don't. They still woof. They still bump baking soda breath because they can, because they're safe, right? You're safe, right? It's just what it is. But anyways, when I seen that video, there was nothing that indicated to me that man was homeless. And to utilize that, you know, people that are really struggling and going through it, that don't have homes, that don't have shit, to use that as a tactic to make gang members look worse, it just boggles my mind. Some of the lows that people will go to. Now, again, with this crazy hood media guy, I don't know, you know, his style or what he's into. I know for sure he's more biased towards the Southsiders. That's cool, humps. Do your thing. If that's what you are, if you found your lane, but eventually what's going to happen, bro, is people are going to start to question who you are and what you're really about. Because you could show videos of people putting in work and doing things, but eventually people that are really in the life, that have been around, are going to ask you, what have you done? You know, just like they asked me, what have I done? I could tell you what I've done. I could talk about it all day long, bro. You know, but does it really matter? At the end of the day, it doesn't. It might be good for a few views, but I'm not here trying to push that narrative of North and South and dissension between the others and all that, right? It's just not a good look. So, you know, as far as showing old clips of North and South fighting each other, I mean, I'm surprised your channel is in existence, bro. I seen what Swifty Blue said about the Crazy Hood Media channel, and I seen how this Vato feels like that's snitching or ratting. But the thing is, bro, if you don't know that man personally in real life, and he feels some type of way about the way you're making him look or what you're saying about him, then as a man, you should understand and say, you know what, then I ain't even going to put myself in that situation. If you feel that type of way, homie, you feel that you have to go to the cops or whoever and fucking speak on me, I'm just going to go ahead and just kick you to the curb, bro. I ain't even got to talk about you no more, right? That's just how it is, man. This social media is a fucking crazy place, and people make a joke out of it, but it's real life. I was telling a little homie the other day, he was like, I'm thinking about starting a channel, this, and that. He's from Washington, man. He's a Norteño, active. I said, well, first and foremost, you got to get that cleared with your people, bro. And there's certain things you shouldn't speak on. Here's my fucking advice, bro. Don't do it. Why? Because if you can't mix gangbanging and still really be out in the streets and try to be some fucking social media platform content creator, semi-famous or YouTuber or whatever, it just doesn't work, bro, because you're going to say something that you shouldn't have said. You're going to get questioned by your gente. Me being in Norteño back in the days, I understand that there's a lot more leeway now. There's a lot more things you can speak on, but there's things that you shouldn't speak on. And believe me, everybody watches. So my advice is to not start a channel and to just do you. Now, again, if you want to do it and you blow up and you come up, more power to you, bro. But there's times that I sit back and I wish, like, man, I wish I would have never spoke on things I did in the past or say things because it just was detrimental to my safety and security. And I shouldn't have said things, right? And I recognize that as an older man now. It's been 4 years. I'm getting a little bit older. I recognize that. The last thing you're ever going to see me on my platform is slandering North or slandering South or talking shit. On a personal level, if I'm not feeling someone, I'll say what's on my mind. Like, I ain't fucking with you. I don't like you, bro. Straight up. They tell me, so I'm going to tell them back, right? But as far as trying to push that division and that old school North and South mentality of getting off, why? What does that benefit the raza? I'd rather tell someone, man, how to get a job. You know what I mean? How to shake parole. What I did to shake parole. You know what I did to shake parole? It wasn't easy. They used to raid my house every fucking Task Force Tuesdays. They'd be at my pad, searching my house, handcuffed in front of my kids, all that. I went through all that in real life, right? But I bit my teeth, I gritted my teeth, and I just did what I had to do. I kept a good woman beside me that had my back, and I kept my ass working, man. I hustled till I got a job, and I stood at work and I kept myself out of the streets at nighttime. I didn't involve myself in drugs and alcohol and things like that. And I stood away from the homies. Best believe, even though I was non-active, there were still homies that called me every day. I still could have pulled up to the Vado and did what I did. I still could have been a part of that life. You know, people think because you're a dropout or you're non-active or you're not involved or accepted in that old gang doesn't mean you're still not with them activities or can't live that life. In fact, a lot of these dudes that still are involved in the life aren't active, aren't gang members, but they're still actively out there fucking utilizing people, doing drugs and all that. So anyways, I just wanted to say, as far as did the Nortenos pull up on a homeless guy? I don't know. I seen him jumping someone on that video, and I turned the channel real quick and I didn't care because I don't want to see things like that between brown men that look alike, man. I want to see people showing people giving and helping people, helping a vato up. If you see a vato's homeless, man, pull up and help him. Don't hurt him. You know, and as far as utilizing that Crazy Hood Media as propaganda, look, these vatos are cowards. They had to jump a homeless guy. But if it was Southsider jumping a homeless Norteño, would that have changed your view on things? Probably not, bro, because you are what you claim, right? Again, man, when you show old clips of people beating up on each other, man, and act like it's cool and laugh about it, or it's not cool when it's not your people, show a clip of you doing something. Bet you won't do that, man. And you shouldn't. What you should do is show clips of you helping people out. That goes further. Thumbs up or thumbs down. Heavy's going to be the head that wears the crown. I'm going to continue to strive for what I truly believe in. And that's the betterment of all people. Again, I ain't taking shots at Crazy Hood Media. He is what he is. He's going to continue to do what he does. I'm just saying, come on now, bro. Stop the gangbanging shit. That shit is so fucking 2002-ish. This 2024. Get your money game up.